Hello everyone and welcome back. Retro Games Revived here, and it's another pickups video. I know in the last video I said I was going to show you one of my old games consoles, and I am actually in the process of editing that. I'm trying to make it a little bit flashy at the beginning just for your visual entertainment, and so far it's going well. But in between I thought I've got a bit of time today. I'm gonna record this pickups video. And all the games are from CEX, and I've got the prices here, so because I've took all the stickers off and the labels, I've cleaned them all up, but obviously I've took the price tags off, so but I've got my receipt here so I can tell you exactly what each game cost. Most of them were the usual 50 pence, and there's a couple I've just put to one side and I'll explain why shortly. But to start with, I just want to start off with this game. I bought this and it's black, and it's a first person shooter, and I was convinced I had it. Absolutely 100% sure I had this in my collection. So I looked on my list and I didn't. I don't know if any of you have heard of the Nelson Mandela Effect. Well, this is it. I had it. I'm sure I had it. And I didn't. So, if anybody's wondering what the Nelson Mandela Effect is, it's basically where people remember something completely different to what actually is. I'll give you some examples. I've got my laptop up here and I've got some examples. To start with, the show Sex in the City. Everybody's heard of that, most people have heard of that, most people have watched it at some point, and everybody calls it Sex in the City, and it's not actually called that, it's Sex and the City. And I'm not just myself, I was convinced it was Sex in the City, but it's not, it's Sex and the City. And this is it, there's probably hundreds of thousands of people thinking exactly the same. Another example, Star Wars. Darth Vader in the famous scene, Darth Vader says, "Luke, I am your father." Apparently he didn't. Everybody's convinced, yeah, that's what he said. But apparently he didn't. He says, "No, I am your father." And if you look back at that clip, you will find he does say, "No, I am your father." But the same thing, everybody's convinced that he used to say that he said, "Luke, I am your father." I'll just give you one more. I find it quite funny really, and let's have a look. Forrest Gump. Everybody's heard of the film Forrest Gump or watched it, and the most famous line in that is, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." Apparently, he never said that. He said, "Life was like a box of chocolates." But again, all these people are flooding the comments, no, he didn't say that. And you play it back, and he does say it. But the Mandela Effect is that, people are convinced that something's changed. Maybe we've jumped to a parallel universe. I'm not going to get into all that scientific stuff, but yeah, this is a Nelson Mandela Effect. I was convinced I had it and I didn't, and the only reason I can think is that this was £2.50, and maybe at some point in the games in CEX, probably more than likely, I've gone in, looked and looked at the price and thought, no, I'm not paying that. I'll see if it comes down a bit. But for some reason I was convinced I had it. I must have, obviously I thought, at some point I bought it for 50 pence, and I haven't. But anyway, I have got it now, so if I do buy it again, please tell me I'm not going crazy. But I have got it now. Anyway, that's black. So that's kicked us off. So I'm going to run through all the other purchases I made from CEX, and then we'll go to the last 3 games, which I just want to say something about. Anyway, the next game is Rush sorry, LA Rush. It's a car racing game, and I believe you can customise, pimp your ride if you like, customise everything in it. Racers, and there's police chasers and stuff. Every game I bought has a manual, and the reason is I went to the counter with all my games. There were a few that didn't have a manual in, and I says to the young lass, I only want the games that are complete with the manual. I says if there's any that haven't got the manual, I said, because I know sometimes they're with the disc. I said I don't want them. And she came back, 2 of them didn't have a manual, and 1 of them she couldn't find the disc. But yeah, obviously from now on I am going to ask for the games only with manuals. That's LA Rush. Next, now I know I didn't have this, but again, it's like I mentioned in the last video, at the point where you're convinced you've got every single title for a series, and you haven't. And I didn't have FIFA 11. FIFA 11 was £3.50. I'm kind of contradicting myself here, because I believe in one of my other videos, it might be in the last one, I did say sports games are a good start to anybody's collection if you're starting a collection, and you should be able to pick FIFA games up for no more than £2. £3.50. And the reason I paid this much, I'll be honest, I think it was Gernaldinho. I'm sure he picked up a FIFA game for the PS2, and he said it were quite rare, and at the time in the shop I couldn't remember which FIFA it was, and I don't believe it is this one, but at the time I thought, well, maybe it is this one that's pretty rare for a FIFA game, and so I bought it anyway. Like I say, well, £3.50. I didn't have it anyway, so I do need it. I'm not losing, I'm not losing anything. It's an asset, but whether it's actually worth £3.50, no, who knows. That's FIFA 11. Next is Fireblade, and it's like a gunship simulator. I think it's more of a shoot 'em up, but probably along the lines of Desert Strike. That seems to be the kind of viewpoint that you've got, from behind the chopper. And although no, Desert Strike were isometric, wasn't it? The originals were anyway. On the PS1, I believe Soviet Strike, I think, adopted that kind of. Anyway, whatever. It's Fireblade. Like I said, it's complete, and that was 50p. Like I said, most of these were 50p. Just the odd one or two were paid a little bit more. Another FIFA game. It was the Germany World Cup Germany 2006, and I didn't have this one. I do think I have got all the FIFA ones now, except for like these World Cup ones. There might be a couple more that I'm missing. And there we go. That's FIFA 2006. That was 50p. Gran Turismo Concept. Gran Turismo Concept 2002 Tokyo Geneva. And I didn't have this, and it's in a brilliant condition. I love the case. I love the shininess of the logo, almost like holographic. It's in really good condition, the box and the insides. So that was just 50p. I mean, the Gran Turismo series, are, if you like, a trademark in quality driving games for the PlayStations. I mean, the first one that ever came out on the PlayStation 1, well, people were just blown away by it, weren't they? And even this, it looks really nice, it looks really glossy and realistic, and that's what they were aiming for. It says it in the title, actually, the real driving simulator. I do like the Gran Turismo series, actually. I don't know if I've shown you already. Insides. Next is a sports game, and it's it's the Madden series. I think there's still a few of these I'm missing, but they tend to be really tatty, or the cases are broken, instructions are missing. So even though there's a lot of them about, there's a lot that's in shabby condition. But yeah, 2003 I didn't have. I have said it before, I have no idea how to play American football. At first as well, I thought she'd put a platinum disc in, but it isn't. It's not platinum disc, just looks similar to the platinum discs. That's Madden 2003, and that will have been 50 pence. Yep. Next is Blade 2, and Blade 2 was £1. It's surprising, actually. I've seen this many times on shelves, and I've just bypassed it, and I don't know why, and really don't know why. The only thing I can think of is that it's come down in price, perhaps. It was probably a higher price, and maybe they've reduced the price a bit because it's just not selling. I don't know, but for some reason I never picked this up, but I have now. It was £1. Blade 2. Good films, actually, the Blades. This one, Disney Sing It. It was 50 pence. The only reason I picked it up is because the instruction manual. I had the game already, but I didn't have the instruction manual, and I am trying a little bit now to concentrate on the games that I've already got that haven't got instructions, just to try and fill those in a bit. As I've said, I'm now only going to buy any games that are fully complete instruction manual. Obviously I'm not going to pay too much for a game just for the instruction manual. When I'm buying games for the manuals at £50, obviously I'm going to have another copy of the game, but what I'll do is I'm not sure what I'm going to do, in all honesty. Whether I just eBay them as a big job lot and just get shot, sell them really cheap, and just get rid of them. So, but that's Disney Sing It. Next we've got Minority Report, 50 pence. I have seen this before, and perhaps I didn't pick it up because it didn't have the instructions inside, or it was dearer, I don't know. But again, it's a common game, but I just never picked it up. Minority Report. Complete, even with the warranty card, is it, or something like that? Registration booklet. That was, have I said? Minority Report, 50 pence. Next is MX World Tour. I've got a couple of MX titles, but I haven't got this one, the World Tour one. It's a motocross game, motorbikes, and complete. I've never played this series of games, so but yeah, that was 50 pence. Next up is London Racer 2. I've got London Racer. This is the second one. I've never played these, just from the blurb. It's just street racing around London and Edinburgh, even though the title is London Racer. And interestingly, at first I thought, when I first saw these, the little bit of blurb underneath here, It says, meet your fanatical competitors. And the first name that comes up, I thought, is it a tie-in from Capcom? A Capcom tie-in? Because I don't know if I'd got Flashy v Jill Valentine. And I just assumed it was a playable character from Resident Evil. Don't think it is. I mean, the publisher is Davilex. I can't imagine them having anything remotely related to Capcom. So I think it's just a name they've thrown out there. I don't suppose you can trademark names. So in a way, it's probably a little ploy really to draw your attention. Oh, Jill Valentine from Resident Evil, Capcom, Resident Evil. You know, but it isn't. I don't believe it is anyway. Never played it, so. But yeah, that's London Racer 2. Next is Disney game, Disney Princess Enchanted Journey. It's one typical girly kids game with dressing up and stuff like that. So, but yeah, obviously, still want to appeal to the kids market, or they would have done at the time. So that's Disney Princess, and that was £1.50. So it had the instruction manual with it. So I thought, well, pay a little bit more, I don't mind. And last one again, I've got a few of the Burnout series, but this one I didn't have. Dominator. The Burnout series is supposed to be pretty good. Don't think I've played any of them actually. Complete. Burnout Dominator was £2. I paid £2 for that one. But yeah, with it being complete and I didn't have it, just paid that a little bit more. Right, the next 3 games I'm really pleased with to start with. Once I got them home and I was taking stickers off, cleaning them, and I opened them up. Disaster. So, first of all, we've got Manchester United. The box is in bad condition anyway, but I've got loads of replacements, so I wasn't worried about that. I've got a couple of other football team games, Leeds United, Celtic, and others, but I didn't have Liverpool. I didn't have the Manchester United one, so we're pleased to pick it up, as you can see. And if you look closely, it's Aston Villa. So the disc is the wrong disc. So I was a bit gutted with that. Luckily it was only 50 pence. But even so, I can't put it in my collection. I haven't got the damn game. I've got the disc. So a bit gutted about that. Now the wife has said, we'll take it back. And I'm like, well, 50 pence, is it really worth it? But she's like, no, take it back. We'll take it back. When we go again, we'll take it back. There's no point in them giving you games that are no use to you. You're a collector, they need to understand this. She was going off on one a bit. So I'm like, well, if you want to go back and tell them about it, fair play. I might end up getting the game yet. But I'm not going to kick up a stink about that. But that's Manchester United, and that's the first of 3 titles that are disappointed. So the second one is Devil May Cry. Now I'm half disappointed with this. I do have this, but it were only 50 pence, and it had the instruction manual. It has the instruction manual. But for those eagle-eyed viewers, you'll notice it's the platinum disc rather than the original disc. Not really a problem because I did only buy it for the instruction manual. However, the wife insists that it's still wrong and she's going to take it back. Anyway, that's that one. And then lastly, FIFA Football 2002. I've no idea why I've missed this, but I did. 50 pence. But when I've opened it up and I've actually taken a more, when I've looked further, it's actually, the disc is 2004. So again, it's the wrong disc. Alright, yeah, it is the person who served me's fault. But let's be fair, they're not really in a collector's frame of mind. They're not going to look at that. It's just they've probably gone, you know, it's probably well, they haven't really looked, have they? It's 2000, oh yeah, that's it. And it's same with those two, they haven't really, I mean the platinum is probably being mixed in with the original. And the first one they've probably come to is a platinum one, Devil May Cry, yeah, that's it. Put it in. Still, they shouldn't be making those mistakes. I know what the wife is saying, but for 50 pence per game, I wasn't really prepared to do anything about it. But she is, and she's going to get these changed. So if you work at the White Rose CEX in Leeds, just be prepared. But anyway, that's the end of those pickups, and yeah, I've nothing else to say in this video. I just I do have a load of pickup videos to do. I don't want to do them all in one go. I'd sooner actually just do them in smaller videos. But yeah, I just wanted to get this on, and trust me, I'm not kidding. I am working on the old games console video, and it is coming very shortly. So, but until next time, from myself, Sean, the Retro Games Revive. See you later.